Frank and I went out to the Chicago Pinball Expo in October of 2018, and there we met a remarkable man, Bill Parker. We only brought the Google phone to film with, but we got a really terrific interview, didn't we, Frank?
Yeah, Bill's a pretty amazing character.
He is. So without any further ado, let's see what this man did. Look, I wanted to point some stuff out. Pin Stadium lighting. These guys
I already showed them.
And they did a funny sequence with me in it. One of these two creeps imitated me. He made it. This is Bill, who is the designer of some Gottlieb treasures. Your first game was Rescue 911.
Yes.
This is the man that came up with the helicopter idea. Okay. He also came up with some of the other. He originally had an idea of having a laser in it.
Yes, I have those pictures for you. Remember I told you?
Oh, he has pictures.
Yes. You remember this is Python's original draft. Now, remember we were trying to look for the title? It's
Chicago Invasion. So originally,
Laser Pinball. Look, Laser Pinball.
So originally, Rescue 911 was going to be
an attack game.
Chicago Invasion.
Yes. On the this is the lower play field that had the stealth fighter that shot the laser beam at hologram pop-up targets.
This is all different than the release go. Are you sure this was going to be Rescue 911?
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because the media was presenting, all the news was presenting that there was too much violence in all these games.
And look, there was a lower play field.
That's where the stealth fighter was, and there's 3 games in one. You had regular pinball,
over here,
and then you had the laser shooting stealth fighter jet at holograms. And this is back in 1985.
That's so cool, shooting holograms.
Then you had the video game in the back glass, which is right here.
So there was going to be a monitor in there.
Yes, and a joystick. So you got to rotate the helicopter and trigger the ball on the bombing runs.
I would think they would shoot this down for sheer cost.
Yeah, right. What was it going to have?
Yeah, because the cost.
They did.
Can you give us a year of this?
I designed this in 1985. I actually put it together in 3 more years. That was 1988.
Look, it was going to be insane games. Don't refrain, go insane with a hologram too. Oh my gosh, this is 1985?
Yes, sir.
Now look here. There's look inside the playfield.
Yeah, it had a moonscape because these were all alien ships. And the stealth fighter was shooting the alien ships as they popped up over the horizon.
Now, we did try to research this last night. There's nothing on the IMDb for this.
Correct. So because, like I said, they took it from a military game and turned it into a life-saving game.
Okay, so I'm trying to see some elements that remain the same.
Well, these were some of the bombing runs that got taken out. They went on to
So in other words,
other
you were going to drop a ball into these things.
Right.
From the stealth fighter right here.
No, that's from the helicopter.
The helicopter, I meant. So the helicopter was going to drop the balls in over here, and of course Rescue 911, they're at the top.
Correct.
So they basically said...
And it's still at the top.
They basically said, Billy, redesign this puppy.
Yes.
There we go. And his official name is Billy Parker.
Yeah.
Yes, she called you Billy West. Greener later.
Oh, it's
I'm sorry,
well,
we're just kidding.
They still call me the insane one, but that's only because they told me, what do you think you are? You're insane. Do you think because you have a cool and crazy idea for a pinball game, you're going to become a designer? And I said, watch me. So
there's a close-up of the hole. And look, here's one with the joystick.
Yes.
Now, I have a question. Did you actually you built this yourself in your house?
Yeah, from scratch.
Good God, man.
In my apartment.
That's unbelievable.
Now, this is the man that went and hand-built, oh, wrong way,
The whole cabinet.
You hand-built the whole cabinet, but then you went on to Gottlieb. When you were hired at Gottlieb, you basically walked in there and said, listen, I have this idea for Rescue 911 or something different, and we're able to lay this out.
Yeah, what happened basically is one of my best friends who has passed,
Okay.
the one and only Python Leanne.
Now, obviously, we do realize that this is you.
Yes.
I'm glad to see you've kept some of the hair treatment.
Thank you. My sister does my hair, by the way.
You have a David Bowie look,
Sometimes.
and there's nothing wrong with that, baby.
No, I said more
I used
like
to do, well, since
Mick
I
Ronson.
can do, I'll show you that I can do Rod Stewart. I could show you that I can do David Lee Roth.
Rod Stewart, of course.
Billy Idol, no?
I did Billy
Now
Idol,
listen,
yeah.
this is the man I told you about in last night's video that we met. And when I didn't see you, I was worrying. I was starting to panic.
David Bowie had a
You weren't
guitarist,
even
Bart
something
Ronson.
No, because I got a flat from the construction on my Camaro.
I'm going to have a word with those creeps. He was
Well,
supposed to
Remind
be.
this guy he wasn't in the autograph section.
I know. I just did.
No,
Guilty.
No. Do you still want me to
This
say
guy's
nice
guilty.
things about the expo? Thank you.
There's another shot there. Who is this man here?
We flew Robert England in.
Oh, that's Freddy.
Yes.
That's Freddy.
Yes.
I can't recognize him enough to make him. Wait a minute. He also did Nightmare on Elm Street.
With Ray.
Whose idea?
It was supposed to be my turn to do the game, and then Ray sort of wanted in on the project, and I was outvoted.
Can you tell me?
But that's okay.
What you were?
Can you go?
What did you do? Oh gosh, I'm sorry. What did you do on Nightmare on Elm Street that
Okay.
you could tell our people?
Well, I did the ball-saving claws in between the playfields that they said I couldn't.
You mean the
do.
ones that douche?
That stuff. That's his claws. Yeah. I did the furnace up and down.
The boiler room.
Right, where he was created. My original design, he actually came out of the back of the game like he did out of your bed head. You know, the head of the bed head. Well, you get bed head after you go to bed, but
Now there's a look.
yeah, that's back in
Here's
the
some
rock
more
and roll
pictures.
era.
There's Roger.
But
Robert.
Robert England, yes. But it took Brian Hanson to
That's
take
that's the family.
electron.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Eric Estrada's cousin. That's the one I dated.
Which one? Eric Strada?
Eric Estrada, yeah. Ponch from.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we know.
Right here.
It's right.
Yeah. Hey, remember I told you he had a farm in Michigan?
He did. This man did everything.
Almost.
Oh God.
That's why they,
You know,
they keep calling me
some
insane.
people never leave their neighborhood or street. You've been around the world. You've experienced boatloads of stuff. You've designed some great pinballs. Now, tell us. You told me last night. This is fascinating. The glove on the back of Big Hurt. Okay. Tell us about the glove. How did you make the glove?
I took
You need
a
to get
block
closer.
of. Well, not only did I become a game designer, I spent 20 hours a day at Gottlieb, or Premier Gottlieb. And while everybody was gone, there was a gentleman there who has probably, I think at that time, if I can remember, 20, 30 years in tool and die. And I knew how to run some of the machines, like the lathe, for wood, but never on metal. So I learned the metal lathe, but the Bridgeport was not an automated one. It was the old one that you
Okay.
had crank.
Now he's talking about some instruments that carve wood, dig out the wood.
That's on a lathe, a turning lathe, but we had a metal lathe. You could mount wood in it, but in this industry, it's for metal.
So what was
But
the glove? How was the glove made then?
Bridgeport, I took a block of nylon, square nylon.
Okay.
Okay, and
It started out square.
started out square. Then you have a clamp down. Do you mind if I put this on?
No, sit it down. Then he can use two hands. to
Which
show.
are in braces, by the way.
Yes, he had some accidents
Yeah.
and issues, but
getting
he's
better.
here. He's getting better, and he's sharing with us these important memories.
A lot of memories came from here too. I didn't know I signed autographs, and it was such a great thing to go that I have friends in where? Australia? Where? France? England? What?
Nobody knew who you were. See, originally the International Pinball, Internet Pinball Database, IPDB.org, Gottlieb never listed the people that built it. In other words, that designed it, that did the sound. It was just never there. So only recently has this information surfaced because Jay, who runs the site, he wants to make sure everything that comes up on that site is exactly 100% true.
Well, I was kind of upset about that too. When I seen the book, I said, nobody called me. And I said, even after the interview, I was told to say it was a different story. But, so I told the story that they sort of wanted me to tell. But the real credit came to Brian, who didn't believe me that I could become a game designer, who is now a game designer himself. Great for him. I always help my friends out. I do get kind of set up with them when they don't believe me, but that only encourages me to do it better. And all you future game designers out there, I am writing a book on how to become a game designer.
And this man spent all this time, in a lot of cases, all by yourself.
Exactly.
You scooped out that hand, the glove,
By taking a bit, and I played up to semi-pro football and baseball until I was 33.
football player, baseball player.
And
You were a lot broader than I am.
yes, sir.
Very large. Very large.
220.
Were you large down here?
Yeah, but I was only after a case of beer.
I
No, it
suspect
wasn't a case.
It was large up here.
Yeah, I never really got the big head. You know, I mean, because it does take a team in pinball. I mean, we had, for what we did, let me tell you, we turned over a new game every 3 months.
So every 3 months, Gottlieb turned out another game.
Yes, sir.
So
How many teams?
Compared to Williams Valley that could work on their software and their dot matrix and their shots and change this idea and lighten it up here or strengthen it there.
you had less money.
Who did?
Gottlieb didn't have as much money for the
Well,
games to get
you're like a spin image of me this last year. I mean, I learned how to walk 4 times in spurts. 12 spinal surgery. They told me I was never going to walk. Are you going to be all right?
Yeah, I'll be alright.
That's true. Never
My
believe
balance.
if they tell you you can't do something. You prove them
We'll
wrong.
talk about it
Exactly.
later.
So
You
Bill's
can't
proved them wrong.
stop
Take the
and not
word-
eat at a buffet.
Well, that's true. I
You
can't
will.
be proved about the buffet.
You can't resist a buffet.
I can't resist the buffet. Anyway,
Oh, well, then come with me to Vegas.
buffet. That's what we call it.
Come with me to Vegas.
Buffet. So anyway,
So as
the
you
team,
look,
all of you working together.
let's finish the glove.
Okay.
Okay, with the glove, if you take and clamp the block of nylon and change the angle and go in with different size bits, you're able to gingerly come down and carve that whole glove. Okay? Now, they took that glove, turned it over to the plastic company,
Right?
who then just cut the fingertips into that original block, because I used that throughout all the testing of the game.
And he told me you tested it 500 times.
500 times.
To make absolutely certain there was no failures.
Right, and that's because you have a gap from the ramp to the outfield because of the rotating of the glove.
Because the glove's moving back and forth like this.
Plus, I also invented that 3 ramp.
Oh, the 3 ramps. You know
Yeah.
the 3 ramps.
1 ramp turned into 3.
Now, Billy asked me, he said, how do my mechanisms hold up? And I said, well, they hold up great. As a matter of fact, the only thing we ever really, I think you'll agree with me, The only thing we really had to do was take the mechanisms apart and just clean them. After 25 years, you got to take them apart, clean them, and put them back together. Now, he also made the two mechanisms on Stargate. Do you know the mechanisms that fly up like this? You hit the target and they go, Food. And they go down like that? That was his. He did that for Ray. So,
I have a beautiful Stargate right now.
Oh, he's got a picture of the Stargate.
So he told me show you exactly what I did. And then, now, remember, these are engineered in the rough form. And then it takes a gentleman like John Burris to turn around and put the specifics, tolerances in, because I cannot learn that all in
well, no,
how, the history of something. That's why the most
I think our audience knows you didn't make this piece of mold.
No, it's the
That's his
underneath.
mechanism. The mechanism you keep.
Underneath.
And the reliability. Have any of you had any problem with that mech? No.
Thank you.
There we go. No. Now, Freddy, for instance.
Remember I was telling you about that, and they told me that I couldn't do that. And I said, yes, I can.
You said it wasn't possible? Or?
No, they just said I couldn't. And that just makes me do it even more.
So this mechanism, that's his idea. It works. How about the glove? Who did the glove?
That again, that was me. Originally, that was supposed to have the fingers go like this on top of the rail and stop the ball each one. So as you would hit a certain target, it would release one of the fingers and move it down. Now, if you didn't hit the sequence in the rules, the ball stayed there. You lost that ball. But from that point on, they turned around, or whatever. That's so many years ago. Plus, it's so mechanical. I mean, I still have the iron fingers that I welded, and the claws, and the whole mech.
Well, you are aware that the glove has one steel finger
yes.
and three plastics, and in almost every case, the plastic finger
yes,
is broken.
Yeah, wrong durometer of plastic.
Right. But you can fix that with popsicle sticks painted gray.
Deck that out.
So we have done that. As long as you don't grab them again, it's going to be fine for home use.
Yeah, and you know what?
Because nobody makes it. Now, somebody did make that whole piece brief.
The same people that did the same. I think we used several different plastic.
But somebody recently made this whole glove, but they sold it.
The same people that did the head that Ray designed.
By the way, was Ray's idea for the ball coming out of the mouth?
Yeah.
What a great idea, because they didn't want to interfere with the copyright with Williams.
Full House.
Now, do you see these? Do you see these rubbers right here in the front?
Yes.
Steve from Pinball Resource remade that whole exact mold because he has the original molds.
Okay.
So now you can buy that. I think it's $40. That whole original.
Wow.
If you take it off,
You're rich.
it has just 4 red targets. You don't have to have them, but that's all part of the element. It's all part of the whole theme. These are the faces right here on the playfield.
Yeah.
And of course, what you referred to earlier, up here, that right there, is the boiler room.
And then once again, I used that nylon block and was shoving
mileage to that nylon block.
The door up and down, shoving it. You're making me blush.
Come on. Already.
You need an eye poke. Again.
Oh no.
You were eye poking him early.
So anyways, during my testing of the game and shooting it again, it was a much heavier piece. The final piece came out injection molded, which would put less wear on the motor and the whole mech.
Now, I want you to hear that. You heard. See, this man knows all about motors, tolerances. He has it all up here. He knows all this stuff.
Because I was guided in the right direction. That's what was good about Premier Gottlieb. Even though we had the 3 guys in the tool and die room, the gentleman that retired that took his time to teach me, I said, because we don't have individual mechanical teams. We had one gentleman.
Do you remember his name? Or even the first name? I know. I've been
want to
stressed
say,
today.
I've been through almost torture today. I mean, a tree almost fell on me. The flat tire, the cramping of the hands because of the cold weather. I
Oh, it
wish I was.
snowed here, by the way. It was snowing
no.
earlier. It was snowing out here earlier.
Really?
It actually snowed for about 10 minutes, Frank.
But
I'm like an hour.
But the show must go on, my friend. Hey, hi.
I'm Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Hi, Bill.
How you
Bill
doing?
designed a lot of games and a lot of mechanisms for Gottlieb.
Oh, wow.
And nobody really knew it until people started finally opening up and saying, listing who designed and because Gottlieb, the designing page was always blank. There was never names.
Now, Bill, did you do any video game stuff or just strictly
That's a
pins?
great
Well,
question.
I have a future project that does have it, but I can't really disclose that.
Oh, you don't have to.
But he designed a fascinating pinball machine with a hologram, and a pinball machine also had a joystick called video mode from 1985.
Correct.
But because that was too expensive to produce, they ended up changing it over to Rescue 911.
Yeah.
And the helicopter was his idea.
Amazing.
Now, it was so. I gotta tell him something about the Rescue 911. Bill was worried about the helicopter when it swings over. It runs on a plate,
Yes.
and there's a rubber wheel that runs on the plate, and the rubber wheel eventually gets a flat spot.
Yes. Because it only rotates a certain way.
It goes one way and then the other, and it always has a flat spot. But because they now make replacement parts, you can bulletproof your helicopter again for another 25 years. The other thing we do is we change this rubber because there's always a flat spot. Flat, like my head, see? Okay. Flat spot is not good. Steve Young at Pinball Resource has those brand new rubbers. So put a nice fresh rubber. You know, I'm always all for fresh rubber, and I think that's a really important thing. Good. 5 years.
Good.
So you shouldn't complain.
Oh, I wasn't
We
really
still
complaining.
We still got 25 years
I
out.
wasn't really complaining. We put an extra wheel in there, if I remember.
I mean, yes, you
We
did.
did, yeah.
There was an extra rubber wheel inside. But of course, 25 years later, it's dry. But Steve at Pinball Resource makes nice new rubbers.
Yeah, so
he
my
makes
concern
the
was-
gears
Yeah.
that snap.
45 angle.
Yes.
Yes. Now, I have to credit that to Brian Hansen
Okay.
because
Brian, we've heard his voice, his name many times.
Yes,
in
and
our videos.
I said, Brian, and I've known him for many years. I said, Brian, just keep believing, believe me. And he struggled through that, and then I go, watch, Brian. I guarantee you, I'm going to sell this game. And I split the money with him.
Good.
Yeah, right down the middle. And then I wanted to bring him along, but at that point, when you have a man like Python packing your
I forgot that.
no, you never can fit him.
No, I forgot to mention. He was good pals. You were best friends with Python Angelo.
Yeah, and not nobody know that either. I mean,
Even in recent years.
because
And another amazing man. So we have one amazing man, and then we have Python.
well, if it wasn't for Python, we were having a meeting at a place called Lankers, and I have a relative that worked for Williams.
Okay.
Her name is Trudy Jacobs, but then became married to Mark Ritchie.
Another name. Actually, he's here today. Oh no, Steve Ritchie's here.
Steve,
I
yes.
got the wrong Ritchie. So how did Python work into this thing?
Well, here's what happened. I introduced myself to Python, and there's all the game designers at a big table, and Mark Ritchie's sitting at the end. And I said to Python, who knew that I was coming, and I said to Python, I says, look, I don't really feel comfortable showing my designs to everybody, but I really like you. I says, you're more of my people.
Okay.
You know, I says, I don't know that much about you, but I just love your enthusiasm.
Okay.
So on and so forth. So I took out my portfolio and I presented the pictures to him, and he said, "You're a visionary." He says, do not, and I repeat, do not show that to any of these guys. Take your drawings and put it back in your portfolio, and tomorrow morning, call a lawyer. So I did. And that was the beginning of our friendship. He did not stop. From that point, he set up the meeting with William. Brian at that time now goes, hey, I'm a believer, you know? So Brian was a magic guy. He also worked in my entertainment company.
Okay.
He was the perfect guy. Brian was a repair guy, technician, that worked for his uncle. Whammy, Western Automatic. Okay. So for years, that's where I actually got the little pinball parts and the flippers. Okay, and that's where Brian was able to give me just some of the like little rails and stuff like that. But everything wood and so on and so forth, and the layout and the plastics like that.
Okay.
But Brian did all the mechanical and helped with making them come alive.
Okay.
You know, so I owe a lot to Brian too, you know, which I never got to mention that. But in the bottom line, he did get a job. Okay, so he got half of the money, and he also got a job. Not right away, but eventually. It was almost right away.
That's good enough.
Yeah. A couple of things on the on that game, if you notice. I asked them to file for a patent on it. I believe the first one to make a white crystal ball, like a pinball, same size. It's in the lane where it's the
The clear ball and rescue
change red and
911.
change colors. But somebody else took the patent.
So the clear ball was your idea.
Yes.
Okay. And you can, as you know, if you light it with an LED below, it gets really bright.
Yeah, and I can't wait. I might have to ship out my games to, you know, modernize.
I'll bang him over the head.
Ouch. Not like what they did to poor Pamela Anderson's game.
Poor Pam. Oh, that's his last game. We because we're running out of time. That's Bill designed his final game was BARB WIRE.
But she's shown him 12 times and I played like, who cares?
Now, tell us, you didn't know anything about Big Fatso, right? You didn't even see the movie yet.
No.
Because the movie wasn't out yet, right?
No.
So you called on the phone
To California.
He called to California and he said, tell me about
what does Big Fatso look like, because I'm building the mech around, he's the centerpiece.
Right.
And he says, well, he's in first he said a forklift, which was totally wrong. It's a front end loader.
Okay.
All right, so I went out and got a real front end loader, which was plastic.
Right here.
Okay, right there. Then I took just plastics until they sent it off to the mold company to create all the garbage and so on and so forth that he lived in.
Okay.
And the main theme of the game was inside that briefcase was held the lenses that I created illusion on.
Now listen, he made the lens. This was his idea. The lens is actually right here. It's hard to see. If you know the game, it's a clear rod.
Yes,
that comes up. It comes up a little at a time. It's lit from behind. It's beautiful. And with LEDs, it's really beautiful. And that pops up. Now, Bill said to me, he says, well, how well did the mechanism hold up? I said, never went bad. Never went bad. 25 years later. Never failed, baby.
I believe that even wanted in the game, I said, you have to. It's the main thing in the movie.
Right. So he got that. See, so that's a unique part, a completely unique mechanism.
Two,
because it has to pop up.
And you have to have the light source.
The light source has to pop up a little, it has to go up all the way, and of course it has to drop again as you play the game. Now, a lot of people haven't seen barbed wire, they only made 1,000 of them. You seem to think they made less.
Well, that's only because I never got paid for them.
Oh, they didn't pay him. He never got. Apparently, I guess the last month he worked there was no pay, right?
The only thing that was burning in my hands was a pink sheet. I come back from vacation and it says, we are terminating Premier Gottlieb. And I went.
And it was sort of like you were getting the big fatso shaft.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you: did anybody at Gottlieb do this? You're fired. You're fired.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Just checking.
There was a couple of mentions of espionage. See, because I have relatives in the game.
Now, at one point you did meet Pamela, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Was she a lovely woman?
Oh yeah.
She certainly looks lovely.
Yes. Well, Photoshop works great. I love the German version, by the way.
What's the difference?
I wish I would have brought that. You would. It night and
I
day.
couldn't put it on my screen, could I? On my
Yeah, you
channel.
could. Why not?
Well, I don't know. I figured it was possibly her with a little less on.
No.
Well,
She was.
Did you get anything signed by her?
Oh yeah, I got the only thing that I treasure, and the best mech that I ever designed, I think, is, and I'm surprised nobody thought of this, is in pinball, you either punch the game, or when whoever came up with the auto shooter, like for, I guess, multi-ball.
Right.
Well, it was just either punch the ball or electric.
Okay.
I said, I want both. I'm Big Hurt. So, there again, I spent 20 hours and drafted it up. I didn't bring it. I got such a hectic day. I elevated it up. I had the auto shooter and the plunger, and it's the fork system. They're still using it today.
So he has a fork system now, but so his design had the two forks wide apart like this, and the plunger can go in between. So you know what? It was sort of, since he's looking for that, he may not have it. It would sort of be like this, but it's missing the three center pieces.
They never even highlighted, but because you can't see it in this video, but if you flip, they never highlighted it that now you can, shoot and have auto. Because now what John did, the only highlighted was
there's your glove, and then here are the three ramps.
Yes. And
so
that's
the
what
center one pops up and you have three
shots.
separate ramps. That's really neat. Isn't that neat?
And what I was proud of is that is such a smooth transition with over a 3-inch gap that it makes it from this point to that point and hugs it around like it was solid.
It plays beautifully. The game plays beautifully.
Thank you. My first game has 6 fingers on a fireman, okay? That was the only thing.
Yes, there is 6 fingers.
And my cousins, they nearly killed me. They're firemen and policemen.
Do you know where in the picture there's 6 fingers?
It's on Rescue 911.
Here's the Rescue 911. I got the wrong game. Wait a minute. No, you must not have pulled one out. Is it on the back?
No, it's on the side.
So on the side, one of these sides,
I think it's the
you know what, everybody who has a Rescue 911 right now is going to look for the fingers. So somebody will probably leave it in the comments where the 6 fingers are. No, this isn't the side of the side.
6 fingers down.
The 6 fingers. Well, it's 6 thumbs down, you.
6 thumbs.
Yeah. Interrupting my interview. See, I didn't poke you in the eye, and you're not going to get poked. There's no worries, gentlemen. No, I'm not going to poke him.
Oh yeah, you do that Three Stooges thing.
Yeah, I'm not doing it to you.
You do.
I have a little more respect for you than I have for him.
Thank you.
Or for him.
Thank you. I am so glad you came. Remember I told you yesterday.
I'm Steven,
we had a wonderful, yesterday we went next door.
Yes.
They wouldn't serve us any food, but we sat there for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Well, a whole bunch of us.
We closed the place down.
this is a reason to come to the Pinball Expo next year, because you never know who you'll run into.
That's true.
And then I bumped into you here in the hall last night, and I said, "Oh, he's coming back for the autographs." And I said, "Can I interview you today?" And so this part of the interview is going to be over. We're actually going to we had this nice long interview. How long is this, Frank? 30 minutes?
45 minutes.
45 minutes? We've been standing here for 45 minutes.
No, we haven't been standing here for 45 minutes, but you've been filming for 45 minutes.
No wonder my back is killing me. Anyway, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say goodnight to Bill. Thank you for sharing. We'll see you at the next Pinball Expo.
It's been my pleasure.
It's been great there. You're welcome to use any of my videos as long as you give us credit. Just say, used by permission. Just tell me. That's all. Bill,
don't forget,
given me
Pinball
permission.
Expo is one of the best places to be.
And now you know a hidden person you never knew about before until now. Bill Parker.
We learned a lot.
One of the hidden people at Gottlieb. And now you're never hidden now, young man. So when he comes, he'll have a booth. Next time he'll have a table. He'll sign autographs, whatever we can do. You're still living in Chicago, so
yeah, that's
area.
That's if my hands come back, okay, and
hopefully they will.
Yeah, I'm praying they do, because it's.
He could use the extra prayers because this video will get thousands of views.
Oh well, that would be great. Maybe I'll get thousands of prayers.
Fingers down.
You want to share with us? Wait a minute. You want to share with us a website?
Oh, not at this time.
Okay.
Not at, it's under. Thank you though, but it's under construction.
Under construction.
Yes.
So maybe in a future thing, I'll put it in the description down below.
Okay, great.
If he decides to do it, so you have to come back and watch the video again.
But there will be a surprise game. I can guarantee you.
Within a year.
Yes. Maybe less.
We'll look for it, and then you'll know you heard it here first.
Wow.
Thanks for watching, and remember, here's some other videos you can watch. We will be returning in another part B of our 4th day at Expo. So we'll wrap this video up now. Good night. Wasn't that remarkable, Frank? He's quite an amazing guy. And you know, Frank, he was an athlete too in his younger days. Look at this jump he did. My God.
He wasn't in the Olympics, was he?
I don't think he was, but he played
probably should have
football,
been.
played baseball. He was all over the place. This guy was remarkable. And he still is. He's hoping to get his new business launched. And we wish him the very best of luck, Bill.
Hopefully he'll bring some new life in the pinball.
And we'll see you at Expo next year.
Good night.
Hope you all enjoyed it. See you later.
If we can